Welcome everyone to another episode of Starmade. Oh yes, Season 2, Episode 2, and the response on the previous episode when we started shaping our planet base and the new mothership has been so freaking awesome. You guys have made my day and I want to thank you so much for your great support. So, why don't we go ahead and continue these projects just for a little bit. Just like in the previous episode, I want to continue on the base, just a tiny little bit, and then on the mothership. The first few episodes, shapes are gonna go into place, and after that we're gonna take care of the functionality. But I have really great plans for this ship. I already kind of know how I want it to look like, and it's gonna be freaking awesome. So why don't we go ahead and keep on building just a little bit. Right, so first things first, what I actually ended up doing in the previous episode, or at the end of the previous episode, is buying a bunch of stuff from the shop. I had to restock it using the shop_restock command in order for it to get some materials that I can buy. I bought materials for about 500,000 credits or so it's not too much yet, but it's definitely gonna get us started. I do have enough ship cores now, I have enough build blocks in order to get myself started, and things should be going fine. There's one thing that is bothering me. Apparently this planet, or this segment at least, is not able to produce gravity anymore. I am not sure for whatever reason, so what I thought we could actually do is add an automatic gravity system onto the planet that will actually activate the gravity units by themselves, so I don't want to hit the R button at all times. I want to be just like that in the gravity field, but that took like about 7 minutes. I've been here for 7 minutes and only now it actually caught me. I wanted to put the build block right inside of here, but I cannot build here. The position is blocked by a planet? Okay, that worked out. So I can remove this one again, so why can I not remove this one? Okay, maybe we first have to build a building block, get inside of it. Then we can remove these guys, and we hopefully will be able to take this apart. Woo! Don't go into the lava, and place it right here. Yeah, that is actually what I wanted. We are also gonna need a faction module and some protection, maybe a non-detonator, so that when we die we will respawn right here as well. So I haven't bought myself a non-detonator just yet. We have a faction module though, that's good. That's probably what I spent 250,000 credits for. What else do we have? We have a Plex storage that I do not require just yet. Okay, so we're just gonna have to wait for the last two modules. I'm gonna have to buy myself at least one undetonator so I can actually decide where my character is gonna respawn if we fail miserably. But nevertheless, let's get inside the build block and we shall continue building. Oh, actually that... It's kind of ironic, isn't it? But I do not seem to be able to interact with blocks that are on the same level as the lava. So that's what's happening here. So we're gonna have to take yet another build block, take these guys apart, take this one apart. We're gonna fill this up again, and then we're gonna actually build our build block right here. We're gonna make a small little altar in the middle of this tower. That's gonna be fine. Let's also go ahead and replace the faction module right here. We should be able to interact with it. No, you have to be in a faction. So I'll have to join a faction first. Interesting. But nevertheless, let's go inside the build block and we shall continue building on our planetary base just a little bit. Okay guys, we do seem to have the one or other issue, so now that I think about it, maybe I should have built the whole thing one layer above the lava and not right inside the lava, because as you can see, for instance over here, I am not able to build anything else, at least right now. I have been previously, before I restarted the game, but I cannot place them now. But it's not that important for the time being. Let me tell you a little bit about the plans I have for this planet. This planet side right here, this segment, is gonna be our warp drive. Well, the whole thing in the end should look kind of like a comet that is half cyborg, half natural planet, and it will be able to move around. Theoretically, it will look like it is able to move around, but of course you cannot really move the planets in Starmade. But this thing is going to be a really great project for the whole planet. I will have to carve out a lot more segments actually, and we have to do some trickery in order to make the melting tail that usually comets do have. And in the end, I should be able to safely park my mothership somewhere. I'm not yet sure if it's going to be this segment or another one. And I appear to have built this out just a tiny little bit too much. So let's get rid of that. Also, what some of you asked is how I make these perfect circles. The way I do them is I go into Google and I search for a perfect pixel circle maker or something like that. And you will be able to set your radius, and then you just have to copy it over. And in Starmade, of course, that is convenient because you only have to do 1/4 of a whole circle in order to finish it off if you really want to. Now, another thing that bothers me is, of course, we do not have any wedges at the moment. For instance, to carve out this area, I want to make this look really roundish. This tower, I am not really happy with the roundishness of these guys, so we're gonna have to have a bunch of wedges. I do not have enough wedges just yet. I think I haven't even bought a single one so far, which is fine. We can later produce them using a factory, which is also going to be on this planet, or maybe on the mothership. I'm not yet sure if you can place factories on ships. I believe there are some restrictions. But nevertheless, it's time to continue our tower for now without any wedges. That's just going to be the thing that we have to deal with. And I think I'm going to copy this design right here over once. We should actually set our symmetry planes again, and then we're gonna place maybe some gray hull on top of it. Of course, we are also limited with the colors of our hulls at the time being, but that hopefully is gonna change rather soon. And then we're gonna add another layer of blackness on top of that, and I think I'm gonna do this all the way around for the inner circle. The outer circle is gonna be maybe slightly different, I'm not sure yet, but let me quickly finish that. Alright, so that's what I actually ended up doing. I made the two layers differently. The first one I added a lava layer on top, and right here I added it in the center. So what I believe I'm gonna do is go even more up right here. In order to make this a little bit better looking, I do not like exposed lava blocks too much. They need to be contained within a wall or something like that. But if you are actually coming from this side, for instance, and walking along, it kind of looks cool because the lava layers are on top of each other. I believe that looks really good. Now, actually, I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. I'm doing some detail work, which is not that important for the time being. We need to get the shapes going. That basically means that in each of these quadrants, I want to build myself some kind of a warp drive. That is the next goal that we should take on. Okay, so I think I have the basic shapes that I want for these warp drives. There's gonna be a lot more drives, and I just took something apart that I didn't mean to. So let's undo whatever the hell I just did. And also, down here below, I have a few issues. I cannot even place any more blocks on the second layer, so right here above the grass, it doesn't work. I cannot place them I will have to try another time. For all of the other drives, they should be complete, I believe so. So that is kind of nifty. Also worth to note is that the lava from the core doesn't actually emit any light. You will have to place the light emitting blocks yourself. I believe that is of course due to performance issues that would have evolved otherwise. So I think we have done enough for today's episode on the planet. It's time to continue with the mothership so we can make a bunch of additions here as well. Okay guys, I know what you are thinking right now. Nathan, what the heck are you doing? This is looking really weird. I didn't expect that. What the hey? And stuff like that. And you can say, don't worry about it. This is basically the interior wall of the ship. There's going to be an interior wall and an exterior wall, so that we can have different visual designs going on. If you remember, these are going to be the hangar doors. Back here there's going to be some kind of a machinery room, so we are going to have our warp drives attached to this. What I intend to do with the whole ship, of course, is make it more roundish than cornerish. At the moment it is kind of cornerish, but that is mostly so that I can design a beautiful interior. And on the exterior we are gonna add a lot of detail, and it's gonna look incredibly great, because as it is right now we only have, you know, kind of boring patterns and boring shapes. Also this pattern, this zigzag one, doesn't look very good just because it's not really done yet. What I need to do is get the spaceship in shape, and after that we can do a lot more with it. But I think for the time being we have made quite some progress. Already we have 50,813 blocks attached to this spaceship, and as you can see it is not nearly done. This spaceship is gonna contain several million blocks for sure. But yeah, I think for the time being I've made some substantial progress. We have placed down a lot of blocks today that are gonna build the foundation for future episodes. So right now it might be really hard for you to imagine what I really want to do with this ship, and it is just as hard for me, let me assure you this. But I also kind of know what I'm going for inspiration wise. Once we have the foundation of this spaceship, we can go ahead and get into detail, make everything that is boring just right now a lot more interesting. For instance, there are huge surfaces, so we have a lot of potential to add some detail, but again, I need a lot of wedges in order to add detail considerably nice. But then again, I will have to buy a lot of wedges in order to accomplish that. But yeah, guys, I think that has been enough building for one episode. I sure hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope you are gonna look forward to the next ones, because I have a good feeling about them. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, leaving your likes and feedbacks. Have a great time, and hopefully I'm gonna catch you the next time. Bye bye.